So Flora Sync LF5 is different. As you noted, it's a vaginal capsule, and it was formulated with a strain that was originally sourced from the vaginal microbiome of healthy women. And it's designed to then restore that balance right at the source.
Welcome back, and thank you for joining us for another Virtual Investor What This Means segment. My name is Janine Thomas. I am CEO of tthe, and I will be the moderator. I am very pleased to be joined by Sabrina Martucci Johnson. She is President and Chief Executive Officer of Daré Bioscience. Welcome back, Sabrina.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
We're so happy to have you. But before we get started, I just want to remind our audience that Daré is publicly listed on NASDAQ and trades under the ticker DARE. And during today's discussion, the company will be making forward-looking statements, and I encourage everyone to view the company's latest SEC filings on their website at darebioscience.com for the latest information. So we're going to dive right in, Sabrina. I'm sure Flora Sync LF5 is an exciting new product launch for the company, and this also represents Daré's first opportunity to generate direct product revenue. So what does this milestone mean for the company, and how should investors think about the significance of becoming a revenue-generating women's health company?
It's definitely an exciting time. So we expect to begin recording revenue from Flora Sync LF5 in June of this year. And as you noted, it'll be the first time that we record direct product revenue. And it's definitely a significant milestone. It really changes, in our belief, how investors should think about the story. So if we look at what we're doing, right, we have funded development of our innovative women's health products through a combination of equity financings, monetization of our FDA-approved product, non-dilutive grant funding, and then having product revenue that really just adds another leg to that stool of how we bring capital into the company. And it's a source of capital that's now tied directly to the value that we're delivering to patients and healthcare providers, and one that we expect to grow as our commercial footprint grows. And that in turn reinforces our development mission. And so at the moment we become a revenue story and a revenue stage company, we're doing that without ever stopping being a science-driven one. So that portfolio that we've built with clinical rigor and disciplined capital management and our really unwavering commitment to women who have been underserved by the healthcare system for far too long, we're entering a phase where product revenue now becomes another source of capital and another value driver at the same time.
Excellent. Sabrina, congratulations. What an important moment for Daré. So many products marketed for vaginal health are oral probiotics designed for gut health. So what makes FloraSync LF5 different? And why do you believe this targeted vagina-specific approach could resonate with consumers?
You noted something that is so fascinating to think about, right? Which is that most probiotics for vaginal health are designed for the gut and are taken orally. So just think about that for a minute and whether that makes a lot of sense, right? So FloraSync LF5 is different. As you noted, it's a vaginal capsule, and it was formulated with a strain that was originally sourced from the vaginal microbiome of healthy women. And it's designed to then restore that balance right at the source. So the specific strain that we use here, which is a bit of a mouthful, it's Limosolactobacillus fermentum, LF5 strain. It was originally isolated from the vaginal microbiome of healthy women who had no reported cases of yeast infection. So that strain itself was selected to support balance where it matters most from women. And then it was studied in a 100-person clinical trial. And the findings have been published in a peer-reviewed journal, which is really important. And 96% of the women in that study achieved microbiome balance within 3 days, and 90% maintained that balance microbiome, that vaginal microbiome, out to 2 weeks after they took that course of product. So that clinical evidence, both in terms of where the strain was originally derived and also that clinical evidence that's been generated, that really distinguishes FloraSync LF5 from the majority of the vaginal probiotic capsules that are on the market today. And delivering it directly to the vaginal environment where the imbalance occurs with this strain that's formulated specifically from the vaginal microbiome, right? That's now delivering a product that's really designed to work with your body and where you need it. And I also think bigger picture, something that we stand for as a company is the fact that women deserve products with clinical rigor, and they deserve products that are manufactured to ensure consistency and purity, right, and performance that they can trust. And whether that's a prescription product or a non-prescription product, that standard should hold. And so if you think about all of that together, that's why we think that this vagina specific, I love that language, why this vagina specific approach will resonate with women.
Well, it is fascinating and absolutely impressive. Um, Sabrina, this launch comes as Daré continues to advance multiple clinical stage programs, including Ovaprene, Dare HPV, and Dare to Play. So, how does adding a commercial product fit into the broader strategy of building a diversified women's health company?
It really flows so beautifully into that strategy of being a diversified women's health company. Daré is not a single product bet. It's a portfolio strategy. That's how we built the company from the ground up for one of these most chronically underfunded areas of medicine, women's health, despite the fact that it affects half the world's population. So, to our knowledge, Daré is the company with the most robust development stage pipeline of any company in the world, developing products exclusively for conditions, therapeutic products that solely affect women. So, from contraception to menopause, sexual health to fertility, vaginal health to infectious disease, we're working to close those critical gaps in care, as we like to say, with science that serves her needs. So that's the R&D engine running, right? And then as we talked about earlier, starting this month, that engine, that R&D engine is being joined by a commercial engine that can generate product revenue. So that's a portfolio now with multiple catalysts and multiple types of catalysts and multiple pathways to value, multiple ways to win, all because it's really this portfolio strategy in women's health.
Amazing. Multiple ways to win for women, multiple ways to win for investors. Sabrina, you've spoken about, and I love this, closing the gaps in women's healthcare with science backed solutions that women can access directly. How does Flora Sync LF5 fit within that mission, and what does it tell us about the future of Dare to Restore brand?
Yeah. So as we've talked about a little bit, right? We built this company on the conviction that women's health is an investment grade category, that it's not niche. It's not a nice to have, right? Every dollar raised, every clinical trial we run, everything we do, it's all for one purpose. It's building the company with this very comprehensive pipeline comprised exclusively of differentiated products for health issues and conditions that uniquely impact women and that they're science backed. And so Flora Sync LF5, as we've been talking about, is definitely an expression of that mission that we have. And the Dare to Restore brand, which is what Flora Sync LF5 falls in, it's really this brand category that is designed to be about the vaginal microbiome balance and supporting lasting comfort. And so all of the Dare to Restore products will be probiotics that are really designed with that in mind, right? How do we support that vaginal microbiome balance? Flora Sync LF5 is an important first step in that category. And we're working within that category to build really a multi-product revenue profile within that category. So more coming there. And what we love is how well all the products also fit together in our portfolio. So healthcare providers may recommend Dare to Restore products alongside Dare to Play, which is our product for sexual arousal in women, or other Daré products, right? Ultimately, as a comprehensive approach to women's vaginal and sexual health. That's part of the integration and the company that we're building. So, for instance, one of the things that can disrupt the vaginal microbiome is intimacy. And intimacy is certainly one of the things that Dare to Play is meant to support. So you can see how really these products can kind of fit together. And so in terms of the future of the Dare to Restore brand specifically, we'll be bringing forward other of these types of evidence-based solutions that women can access directly without a prescription, that support that vaginal microbiome balance. And we hope that in doing that, they'll also complement some of our prescription pipeline products.
Excellent. So as we talked about, this is an exciting announcement for investors. But you think about the women on listening to this segment, they're thinking like, how do I get this? So to celebrate the launch, Daré is offering an introductory promotion of 30% off plus free shipping for women who sign up for launch updates. Can you tell us about that offer and why the company wanted to make it easier for women to try Flora Sync LF5 as it becomes available?
Yeah. So something we believe deeply, right, is that it's about the products, right? The products are the point, and we want women to have access to these, products, these clinically based, evidence based products that we're bringing forward. And so, Fluorescent LF5, we want to have an opportunity for women to really be motivated to try that product for the first time. So it's priced at $49 a box. That comes with 6 capsules. Which is actually enough for 2 3-day routines. So this is a 3-day routine normally, that's delivered, designed to deliver those noticeable results. So to celebrate the launch, we wanted to offer this 30% off and free shipping for women who sign up on our website. So darebioscience.com, you can sign up on the Flora Sync page for updates about the commercial availability. And if you do so, you get that discount code. And so, like I said, it's really to support something we believe in deeply, which is the products are the point, and we want to create opportunities for women to experience what it's like to have an evidence-based solution for their intimate health. And so seeding campaigns like this, they're really designed to build awareness, um, drive that initial opportunity for a consumer to use the product, try the product. And so the introductory offer is really a way that we invite women to get to know the product early in its trajectory. And our hope in doing that also is that we're building a longer term relationship with them and what will ultimately be the broader Dare to Restore brand.
Excellent. Well, Sabrina, congratulations on this news. I love your mission. I love your passion for women's health. Can't wait to get further updates from you that you can share with our audience. And with that, this does conclude Daré's What This Means segment. I'd like to thank Sabrina Martucci Johnson for joining us today. I'd also like to thank our audience for your time and attention. And if you like what you saw, I encourage you to visit Daré's website at darebioscience.com and follow their social channels to stay up to date on the latest information from the company. And you can access all virtual investor events on virtualinvestorco.com. Sabrina, thank you again for joining us. Can't wait to have you back and wishing everyone a great rest of your day.